Because if you are a victim of a crime that occurred in the U.S. and then you want to use it to apply for U visa, there is no statute of limitation.
Okay, so anytime they can come.
Yeah, to get the U visa
yeah.
certification.
Because a lot of people probably discouraged.
Yes.
And kept going for years
yes.
after years,
yes.
and they might come and approach you guys.
And even if you're a victim of theft, lastly, someone steals something from you and report to the police, yes, that will qualify you.
Okay.
To get a U visa.
And the other question that is follow-up is, if I'm an illegal immigrant,
yes,
I'll be afraid to go to the police and report the abuse. Is it a very common practice among immigrants? Okay.
Yes, that's what we see. We see a lot of people that are out of status. I don't like to use people that are out of status or that doesn't have no documentation here, that are afraid to go and report it to the police. If you are afraid to go and report to the police will not arrest you. They will actually take your police report. You don't have to ask you for immigration status if you are reporting the case. If you don't feel confident or if you're afraid to go, contact our office or contact any lawyer. Let them know, and then they will actually help you and contact the police on your behalf and try to get the case reported. And if the police need to interview you, maybe that lawyer will come with you to the police precinct or police station, as better known by most people. Accompany you to that police precinct and then give you a statement. So there are a lot of resources out there, not just immigration lawyers, but there are also other non-profit advocates that are there to assist people in applying or reporting crimes. The law encourages people to report crimes. Yeah.
Okay. Another thing that is of concern of some people is affordability.
Yes.
They say, hiring a lawyer will be too expensive. And is there a way that they can go around it, or within the budget?
Yes. For instance, my firm, we charge reasonable price. We have we try to charge something that is reasonable. We look at it, we talk to the clients, and we see the situation. We can make an exception to the rule and charge them something that is reasonable. We also have payment plan. We know things are tough. You work into the papers. We will work something out for you to make sure that we don't put you in a tight spot. If you want to make a payment of $50, $100, that is fine. At the end of the day, we do this job not for the money. We do it to help people, because what we're doing is trying to give back to the community, trying to give people voice. Other than my firm, there are other lawyers there that will take cases that are actually low prices. And if you think you can afford a lawyer too, there are other non-profit organizations out there that will actually, some of them will take your case for free if you meet their income requirements. Example would be Lutheran Social Service charge people pretty much nominal for almost nothing to do most of the stuff for you. If you can afford anything, there's legal aid that are in the state or across the country that are also there to help you. So if you can afford a private lawyer, there are non-profit organizations that will also help you try to fight on your behalf.
Yeah. Well, this is very useful information, because with all honesty, I have not heard the process where you can defend the victims.
Yes.
Especially, you can go to the law office and work within the legal system.
Yes.
But if you're not legal, okay.
Yes. Yes.
Not legal, and your options were very limited until this day, 1994. Is that what you said?
Yes. The VAWA Act. VAWA was passed in 1994, and people, even after today, a lot of people don't know about it. And it's the abuse doesn't have to be just someone beating you. When we get in the affidavits, there are cases that we work there. When we get in the affidavit, even things that you've told your family back home, all the abuse that you're going through, we can take affidavit from those people that are actually across seas in different parts of the world. Make sure they get affidavit, get it notarized, and then send it to, and we've used it, and it has worked. So, there are so many people out there that are in a marriage or in a relationship or that are somewhere that know that they are victims. They are being victimized, but they are afraid because they have no papers. And these laws are there. They've been in the books for over 20 years. to help them come out. So this is why we do this. We want to empower the people. We want to give people voice. So that is why we think, even if you're not sure, just call our office and then just tell us what your case is, and we will tell you what to do. You don't have to go with our office, but we will give you advice on what to do.
On that one, I cannot help but thinking, is there a way that to make this law global? The abuse goes here, and you can work within the legal framework here.
Yes.
But those kind of abuses are across the board.
Yes.
All over. That just came to my mind.
Yes.
Is it possible to make it a global institution where you can defend the defenseless?
Yes. I mean, there are other non-profit organizations, other laws out there under the UN Charter, Hague Convention, Charter against abuse and all this. In the legal world, we understand that some cultures are different. Some cultures actually don't penalize people for abusing their spouses.
Yep.
But in America, they understand the rule of law. They understand that everybody deserves an equal opportunity. They also understand that immigration laws are there to empower people, not just to make people afraid. So the goal here is this: if you are a victim of a crime and the crime occurred in the U.S., on the U.S. soil here, you can use you on your behalf or VAWA. Or even if you are married to a U.S. citizen and you live in a different country and you are being abused, we can file for VAWA for you to come here.
Okay.
As long as you are married to a U.S. citizen and you are being victimized, we will file for the VAWA on your behalf to get away from that person who is abusing you.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yes, the law is very broad. It depends on what part of the world that you are, whether you decide whether the crime occurred on the U.S. soil, then you will qualify for it. But if you occur in a different country, then you have to report it to authorities over there. If you are married to someone who is a permanent resident or who is a green card holder, and you live in a different country, and the person is abusing you, report that case. And then try to document. Documentation can be your best friend. Take pictures, tell your friends, let your friends know what is going on, report it to any non-governmental aid agencies, social workers, let them know. So when it's time to put your case together, we can get statements and affidavits from all these people that will help in building a strong case for you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you're right. There's international organizations
Yes.
who can work for the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Yes.
But most of them, they deal with the government and
Yes.
politics, not
Yes.
they don't go down to the actual victims.
Yes.
Well, actual victims, but the kind of victims that we're talking about. Good. This is good information. Yeah, this is not the only time that we're going to be
Definitely.
conversing with you.
Yes.
We'll have some other time. But do you have the last word that you wanted to say before we end the program?
Based on, I think the goal here today is to give people voice. The goal here is to tell the person who's out there who feel like they can't get their papers because the person that they are married to holds the key to their status in this country. And the answer is this: no, they don't hold the key. And they don't control your destiny. There are laws in place that gives you voice. There are laws in place that will help you get your papers. And also to those that are in the country that have been victims of crimes. The crimes are so many. The list of crimes are so many, which I cannot list everything here. But if you think there's a possibility that you might have been a victim of crime, but you didn't even report it. If you're a victim of a rape, if you're a victim of incest, someone that you live with or a family member that you live with, keep raping a child of yours, even if your child is a victim, when we file for the application, you, the parent, will qualify for U visa in that case. So the goal here is to give you voice, if you think, or even if something happened 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and you didn't report it because you are afraid of it, because due to your immigration status, call our office or speak to any advocate, speak to any lawyer that does immigration, that knows about this area of law, or call to report it to the proper law enforcement authority. And then we will try as long as possible to assist you to get your papers. But the rule of thumb is this: in order to qualify for U visa, you, the victim, has to provide information to law enforcement. As long as you show any sign of willingness, you show cooperation with law enforcement, most of the time they will sign for you. And do not be discouraged. Sometimes you will have some setback from some of these law enforcement agencies. We will keep fighting. We will keep going back and forth with them. If you're not going to sign it, we will try other ways to get it for you. So U visas, BOWers, and T visas are there to empower most people that do not have legal status in this country. So read it, look into it, call us if you have any questions, and we'll be more than happy to analyze and assess your case.
Thank you, Ernest WIAFE,
Thank you.
for this useful and very informative discussions. I will have you again for sure.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. On this note, we end today's program. Next week, we'll have another lawyer, Kwame, is a consumer lawyer. So until we meet you next week, have a nice one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mama ku mama sa mama ku sa mama ku mama sa mama ku sa mama ku mama sa mama ku sa mama ku mama sa mama ku sa. Sumanya Mosoma. Tangativo ombu satanga nesama kosa. Alumuna sisi au yasama kosa. Amuna yeye, koma sama kosa.